Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic and happy Halloween. I don't know that it's particularly Halloween themed, but this puzzle is at least called it's by a constructor called Black Doom, which seems appropriate. The puzzle is called Lone Hut, because I guess there's a hut in the middle of the grid, but it's kind of very country themed, like our black sheep yesterday. I hope the black sheep finds a home in the lone hut. And talking of yesterday, apologies for not putting the equal sum lines rules on the green card on the video. Hopefully if you watched the video you heard me explain the rule. Perhaps you've even followed the channel long enough to know exactly what you expect a blue line to mean, which it did at least. And if you are solving either in the software, the rule would have come up, or in the description field under the video. So hopefully that was okay for you, but my apologies. Anyway, we don't like oversights. I am hoping as well, we're aware that the opening credits claim that I'm still the reigning Times crossword champion, which I'm now not. Thank you for those people who've pointed out they're out of date. We are asking the designer who created that opening credit sequence to adjust it. I don't know if they're still with us, but we will see if we can get that adjusted soon. Now, what's going on the channel? Today is Halloween, the last day of October. Tomorrow is the first day of November, and the first day on which we therefore launch Solver in Sudoku Land by Demono, a new Sudoku hunt. We're really looking forward to bringing that to you. You have to solve the puzzles to get to the next stage of the story. In fact, a bit like the last one, I think there's an introductory section and one puzzle. And then you get to the meat of the hunt and 5 puzzles. And then you get to the end. And I think there's actually either no more or one more puzzle at the end, probably no more. So do give it a go. It won't be the hardest one we've put out, but on the other hand, Demono does set a great standard of puzzles, so I think you will really enjoy the Sudoku in it. Now, that is coming up tomorrow. Do join us on Patreon for that. And already, I mean, if you want something now to get you through the long night of a thin veil, buy one of our apps and have a go at the puzzles in that. There are plenty to choose from, and we recommend them heartily. I guess given the Renban-Lynes in this and nabner-Lynes, Line Sudoku might be the most appropriate app to recommend, the most recent. Check out the links under the video where you can also find our merchandise and Sven's Sudoku pad and the rules to this puzzle and the link to play it on in our software. So, it's called Lone Hut. It's a debut by Black Doom. Welcome to the channel, Black Doom. They say they've been enjoying the channel for a couple of years. They'd seen Sudoku in the newspaper, but it looked pretty boring. But now they've found this channel, they understand how interesting Sudoku can be. And there's a lesson for us all. Now, what are the rules? Normal Sudoku rules apply. We'll be putting 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Each purple line, these are Renban-Lynes, contains a set of consecutive non-repeating digits. So these might be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 6, 7, 8 in any order on that 4-cell line. Now each gold line, these are nabner-Lynes, which is kind of anti-Renban. Nabner is Renban written backwards. They contain non-repeating digits, but no 2 digits anywhere on the line can be consecutive. So if you had a 2 on this 4-cell line, you couldn't have a 1 or a 3 on it anywhere. So that's the rule with nabner. It's very different. Look at the beautiful symmetry of this puzzle before you attempt it. It's very neatly done. Oh, there's a V as well. Digits in those 2 cells separated by the V must sum to 5. No negative constraint on V's, of course. Do give it a try. Looks absolutely fascinating. I am going to start now. Let's get cracking. How do we get cracking on this? Well, we could... Oh, we've got... Right. That's a 5... The hut itself is a 5-cell nabner-Line. Right, we know what the digits on that have got to be. Sorry, I'm not just randomly advertising the merch. I'm making sure my voice is going to survive the video. Right, a 5-cell nabner line has to be 13579 because you have to have digits on it that are at least 2 away from the next digit on the line. And that's going to, okay, let's mark it as odd. And this one's on the V. So this is even and is 2 or 4. And that even digit's going to be in one of these 2 cells. This is going to be even because this Renban line has a set of consecutive digits, and the 2 odds on it are going to be joined by an even. Oh, this can't be 1 and 3 because that would make this cell impossible. The lines on nabners don't repeat. So there's no 1 there. Oops, there's no 4 either. Right. No, it's not. Sorry, I was looking at the question of where this goes in box 5. The better question is, where does this go in box 5? It can't be on the same line as itself. So all these cells are ruled out. Therefore, this digit goes into one of these cells, and therefore 1 or 3 is on this. In fact, yes, I'm sorry, I should use the logic I have been touting a moment ago. This line, which has 3 consecutive digits, must have at least 1 odd number on it because of that. Now you can tell it's a maximum of 1 odd number on it as well, because 4 odd numbers have been used in this box. That's what the colouring is here. So this line contains 1 odd and 2 evens. And the odd is the one from this cell that we've just worked out. So the odd digit is either 1, well, it's not 1, because that would require a Renban line that involved another odd digit, which isn't allowed. So the odd digit that goes in these is a 3, and that is the digit there that is forcing itself into one of those. The other 2 cells are even down here. That can't be odd because the 5th odd is on this line. The 5th odd for the box. Now, we can take 3 out of those cells. The 1 on this line is definitely in one of those 2. This digit is either joining 5 and 7 or 7 and 9 in terms of a Renban, a sequence of consecutive digits. So 7 is definitely in one of those cells and not in one of these. And there we go. Now, this line has a 3 on it and 2 even digits. So it's so it is 2, 3, 4. There's no alternative. I'm losing my mind. Right. That is 2, 3, 4. This is 6 or 8. That's a 2, 4 pair. All the evens in the central column are done. Yeah, I'm just checking. I do know that this is even because it can't be any of these digits on the line. Yeah, that is right. So all of these have become odd now. I don't know. I still don't feel like this is a whole parity colouring puzzle, but the parity stuff has worked quite well so far. I'm going to take the 3 pencil mark out there. Now, this is a 2, 3, 4 triple. And these are both nabner lines flanking it in row 6. What's going on there? I think we might be able to establish the trios, not where they are, but what they are. Because, let's just say, 9 has to be in one of these trios, obviously. It appears somewhere in the row. If 9 is in that set, then it can't have 8 on its nabner line. So 8's over here. If 8's in that set, then 7 has to be over here. Then 6 has to be over here. Then 5 has to be over here. Then we've got 1 to place, and we know that that goes with the 6 and 8 because the 5, 7, 9 is kind of a fixed set. But we don't know which side is 5, 7, 9 and which side is 1, 6, 8. What effect does that have on these cells? So in the 579 set, the other cell on the nabner line is going to be 1, 2, or 3. In the 168 set, you can't use 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So it's going to be 3 or 4. So this extra digit on these nabner lines must be, in one case, 1, 2, or 3. And in the other case, 3 or 4. I think this is probably the right thing to think about. I mean, there are other areas of interest in the puzzle, but we'll get to them. I just don't know how to work out which side is which. Is it to do with... I mean, effectively, these are all symmetrical, these other lines in boxes 4 and 6. I mean, then the only difference is, I don't know, what do we focus on? So what if this is the 579? What's going to happen over here? Then this is going to have probably 8 and 6 on it. Yeah, it will have to. Okay, one of the ways, this is quite an important way of considering these nabner lines, is in pairs of digits. You can only ever have one line from a, if you think of, sorry, one digit from a pair that come in the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you think of that sequence as a kind of continuous sequence, the numbers on a nabner line can only have one of each pair, because the other one must be ruled off it if the first one is on it. So it's a maximum one of each pair. So if this group had 5, 7, 9, this is 1, 2, or 3. Oh, then you have to connect up one of 5, 7, or 9 with the 1, 2, 3 by this renban. And didn't... Oh, it's... I don't know. I think it breaks. Let me show you why I think this... I mean, I might have broken the puzzle somehow. I thought my logic was good around the hut, but... Let me show you what the problem is that I'm seeing in my brain. If that's 5, 7, 9, this is 1, 2, or 3. Now, to join that up to this digit, which I think it would have to be the 5, you must have 3 and 4 in this sequence on this renban line, because this is at least 3, and if it's not, if it's 2, you need a 3 in one of those cells, because it's kind of a connecting digit. And 4 is always a connecting digit between whatever that is and whatever this is. So 3 and 4 would have to be there, but the other side, where we had 1, 6, 8, this had to be 3 or 4. Oh, I see, I've put this on the wrong side. Right, okay, now I do understand. Yes, okay. And it's, okay, the point of lack of symmetry is that this is a complete box, this side. And of course it's not joined up on this side. Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay. Well, I'm not. I figured it out. I'm okay. That is not 579. And I'll show you how 579 works on this side now. We worked out that one of these sets was 579. I now know it's there. And that is because this is now 1, 2, or 3. This is 1, 6, 8. This has to be 3 or 4. Because we've got 1, 6, 8 on that bit of the line, we can't have any of those digits here or any digit that is consecutive with any of those. So that leaves us with 3 and 4 here. Now, again, we have to join up with this digit, but there are more options now. First off, we could make that a 1 and have this be a 1, 2, 3, 4 renban. Although I think that will break this renban. But that's not the only different option we now have. Yeah, okay, this isn't a 1, 2, 3, 4 renban, because that would be 2, 3, 4. That digit would be a 1, and then you couldn't make up these two in the purple. So that's not what's going on. That is not a 1. Therefore, again, the connecting digits must be here. So whatever that is and whatever that is, 5 must be in one of those cells. And now we know that 5 isn't on this line, but 1, 2 or 3 is. In fact, 3 and 4 aren't both on this line, because that would break this cell. But 1, 2 or 3 is. And the only way this is going to work is for this line to be a 1, 2, 3 line. That makes this cell a 4. These are going to join up to what I think now has to be a 6 there. We can't get to 8. These are going to be 5 and, in fact, 7 to make this line work, because we've used 3 over here. So there we go. We've fulfilled the brief now. I don't think we can determine any of the other digits on those lines, but we now know this is a 6, 8, 9 triple. And I know that we've got a 6, 8 pair staring down the middle column, and that, well, we had that marked as odd. That's another way of spotting that. So those are even. Let's keep going. I imagine I'm going to abandon the colouring, but while it's alive, we'll keep it alive. Now maybe we move up to these 2x2s. And these are very interesting shapes. This is something I'm quite interested in, because every digit on those sees a lot of cells in the puzzle. But let's look at this first. Right, 4 can't be there. 4 is on this shape. So 3 and 5 are not on it, and they're in that pair, therefore. That's lovely. This is a 2, 4, 7, 9 nabner, which is perfectly feasible. And we've got 3, 5 here, so 4 must be a connecting number on this renban. And now, this is exactly what I'm saying. Because those 4 cells see all of these 3 cells see each of those 4 cells. So you can't have 3, 4 or 5 in that group of cells now. And you can't have them in this pair either, so they don't have a 4 in, and these definitely do. And that's obvious just from the fact that 4 is in one of those. But these 3 now, this is quite interesting. They can't have 3, 4 or 5, and they can only have 1 of each pair of remaining digits in this set. So you can only have 1 from 1, 2, 1 from 6, 7, and 1 from 8, 9. And this digit, which is also on this 4-cell nabner line, has to therefore be not from those 3 pairs, but from 3, 4, 5. Well, we know it's not a 4, so we know that is either 3 or 5. I can do a bit more parity colouring. And if it's 3, these 2 won't involve a 2, they'll involve a 1. But if it's 5, these 2 won't involve a 6. They'll involve 7 and 9. But those are very different consequences from each other. So what about this line? I don't think this is going to be so easy to determine. It is going, well, okay, it's not bad actually. It can use 2 numbers out of the first 2 pairs, 1, 2, 3 and 4, but only 2. After that, it has to use 2 higher digits, and they can't be 5, 7, or 9. So 6 and 8 are used on this line. And then 1 from 1, 2, and 1 from 3, 4. And this generally isn't as helpful as the other lines. That's interesting as the lines on the left side. So maybe that's where we go for progress, or maybe we go to box 2. Oh, well, okay, first of all, these now can't be from 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. So they are selected from 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now the highest these can go is 5 and 6 at this point. And I am going to Goodliffe the heck out of this. Let's pencil mark those. No, this line is interesting. And I think it's interesting because of that triple. So, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not. You can only have a maximum 1 digit from 1, 2, 3 and 4 on this line, because obviously 3 of those digits have been used up in the column. Actually, I'm going to go further. I think 3 and 4 have to be on this Renban. It's either 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 and 4 are definitely used on it. Therefore, they're not on in these cells because all of those digits see all of these. So these can't include 3 and 4. But it has to... I didn't get to this point. I'm going to tell you now why it has to include one digit from 1, 2, 3, 4. I told you why it couldn't have more than one. Now I'm going to tell you why it has to have one. And the reason is because if it didn't have any, these would be all from higher than 1, 2, 3, 4. They would have to be 5, 7, and 9 specifically. And then this cell couldn't exist because 5, 7, and 9 would all be looking at it and there's nothing you could put in there. So one of 1 or 2 is in there. And that's going to complete the 4 low digits set in the column. I mean, this might not actually get anything done, but there is 1 from 1 or 2, and there are 2 from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and they're not all odd. No, that's not true. They might be, but okay, I don't know what else I'm saying, but I'm saying this. Now, what is the digit from 1 or 2 in this group? Yes, of course, it's not 2. Yeah, of course, it's not 2. If you put 2 here, you couldn't put 2 on this line. Oh, maybe... But, I mean, once you can't put 2 on this line, you also can't put 1 on it. Oh, it could... Okay, sorry, I'm premature here. This could be 2, 7, 9, couldn't it? Okay, and this could be a 3, 4, 5, 6 line. Okay, forget what I was saying. So is it this? This is an interesting shape because it's a 5-cell Renban. We haven't looked at any of those in this puzzle yet. It's got to have a 5 on it. Every sequence that runs for 5 consecutive cells will do that. And that means that these 2 cells, which see all of those 5, are not in this sequence. And they could be, well, I don't know, that means that's a set of 7 different cells. I don't know. Maybe I need to do better thinking, more thinking about this stuff. I mean, these are also a set of 7 different cells. I kind of feel like I know something about them, but I don't really. Oh, I haven't really thought about the fact that the other 2 cells in this group can't be consecutive. Yes. Yes, perfect. Perfect, exactly. This cannot be a 3, 4, 5, 6 line, because that would be the 3, 4 pair, and this line would become 1, 2, 6, 8, which includes a consecutive pair. So there is no 6 on this line. It is either 2, 3, 4, 5 or 1, 2, 3, 4. It always involves a 2, and therefore the low digit that we've proved has to be on this line is a 1. And therefore there is now no 1 on this line. It is a 2, 3, 4, 5 line. That's not a 1. And 5 is up here. That's a 2, 3, 4 triple now. So 4 is in that pair in the column, and therefore not in this pair, which is weird. 4 is not on this line either. Two high digits are on this line along with the 1, but I don't know what they are. I mean, I'm including, I think 5 is still possible, annoyingly. But at least I know this line is 2, 3, 4, 5. So these digits can't be from 2, 3, 4, 5. So whichever digit from 2, 3, 4 is not here is here. Oh, 1 is on this line, definitely, isn't it? In the box, it has to be. So 2 is not on this nabner line. Therefore, 2 must be in this pair and not in this pair. And these are now a known 5 and a 3. Oh, this is crazy. That takes 3 off this line. And it makes it a 2-4 line. And the remaining digits in the box are 1, 3, 6, 8 on the nabner line. That is a perfectly valid nabner line. That 2-4 pair makes this a 3. Got weird 7 digits placed in this puzzle now. Does it tell us what these are? No, not at all, I think. There is a 3 there. Ah, we know there's a 7 in one of those, so there can't be a 7 here. We know there's a 1 in one of those, so there can't be a 1 here. Oh, maybe a bit of Sudoku would always help. It certainly helps ease the troubled mind. Nabner lines are so strange, and especially as they're theoretically the opposite of Renban lines, but they don't work like an opposite at all. Now, where's the next stage? Okay, let's... Oh, up this middle column, we've got 1, 5, and 7 to place. This is not... There's no 3 on this line. Look at that, because of these 2 3s. So, this line is either 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's one of those two. There's no 3 on it. 5, 6, 7, and 8 are on it. So 5 is in one of those cells, because we've got a 5 in box 3 already. And that has become a 3 to complete the 3s in the top 3 rows. Now that means 2 is not on this line. And that means 1 is on it, because didn't we need a low digit on this line? Yes, because 4 and 5 are not on it. So there's 1 from 6, 7 pair, 1 from 8, 9 pair, and 1 from the 1, 2 pair, and we now know that's not a 2. So 1 is on that line, and we get this digit as an 8, and this one as a 1, and there's a 1 down here. This is either 2, 4 or 4, 6. And this, now it doesn't have an 8 on this line, so the digit from 8, 9 is a 9, and the digit from 7, 6 is a 6, because it can't have 7 on. So this is a 9, 6, 1 triple, and that's a 2, 7 pair. Oh, and it can't be a 2, 7 pair, I've gone wrong. Okay, I know where I went wrong. I'm sorry about that. Right, let's go back here. I said the digit from 8, 9 had to be a 9. That's right. Then I said we couldn't have a 7 here because there was an 8 there. And that was where the nonsense happened. There's no problem having a 7 here. We can still have either a 6 or a 7 here. And in fact, where does 7 go in column 1? It doesn't go in those cells because of this pair. So it must go up here. That is a 179 triple. 1379 is a perfectly valid nabner line. So that's a 2-6 pair. This pair is a naked pair, a naked 8-9, I think. It sees 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, and 3. So that is an 8-9 pair. That gives me 2 here, 7 here, and a 4-9 pair to be resolved, although we'll look across in a moment. That is now a 4-6 pair. This is a 2-5-8 triple. 7 and 5 here are resolved. This is a 1-3 pair. And we'll look at that line in a moment. But first of all, I was going to look across using the 7 and the 2. Right, well, the 2 does something. Then the 4 looks back here. Then the 9 takes 9 out of those cells. That makes this a 5, 6, 7 Renban. And that makes that a 3 as well as the central digit being a 6. This is now a 1-8 pair, I think. Yeah. This has to be 6, 3. We can't have 5 in these. Oh, what's going on there? That one is an 8. Okay, sorry, I was just mistyping things. And there we go. We've got lots done here. I mean, It's taking a while, but it's really coming together. Very clever puzzle. Right, I was going to have a look at this. Not that useful yet. Because nabner, short nabner lines, like this silly one, they don't really tell you a lot. It's annoying, actually. I've only just thought of that. We've got a 1. Oh, that can't be a 5. Right, let's look at this again. Now, we know this is either 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that means these cells don't contain 5, 6, 7 or 8. Well, they can't contain 9 then, because you'd need to put that with an 8 on the Renban. And they don't contain 3, and this is a naked 1 in the corner. That is bizarre. But if they can't contain 5, 6, 7, 8 because of that, they also see 3, 2, and 4, and we've worked out they can't have a 9 on. Well, this cell sees 3, 2, and 4, and it can't be a 9 because the 8 that would be needed there also has to be on this line. So that's a 1. We can definitely complete its Renban with a 2. This pair I still don't know much about. They can't have a 5 in, and that doesn't tell me enough about the line. However, 4 is now in these cells. So this is now a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 line, definitely. Oh, there's a 5. Yes, 5 can't be there. This is a 5 because we know 5 is in one of those 2 cells on this line. Now, what else is going? Oh, that's a 2 and has been a 2 for literally ages. I'm sorry. I hope it doesn't matter that much. Given what I said about tiny nabner lines, I'm hopeful it doesn't. Although, let's think about 1 now. Well, 1 in box 2. Now that we've got this 1, actually that is useful because it can't be anywhere here. We're not allowed to put 1 on this because it would need a 2 by the Renban rule, and we're not allowed to put 1 here by the nabner rule. So we can place 1 in the box. And that fixes 9 and 1. Now, can I tell where 9 is in these 3 cells? I don't think I can. That 1, we can place 1 in column 1. It's there. What is on this Renban though? Not 1, 2 or 3, and not 5. So therefore not 4. So it uses digits from 6, 7, 8 or 9. And it's going to use the other even digit. I did stop colouring for parity, didn't I? I think it served its purpose. It is going to use the other even digit in this column. Hang on, I've just noticed 2 looking at that. So these don't have an 8 on, and the 8 on this line is on one of these 2 places. And that means 8 is not on this line. You can't put 6 and 7 on the same gold line, so 9 is on it, and not in these cells. 1, 2, 3, 8. I don't know what that is, do I? If there's a way of knowing, I can't quite see it. That is a pair. Right, this isn't a 6 because it... Oh no, hang on. I was thinking that was a gold connection. It's not. Absolute nonsense. Oh, there's probably a breakthrough going on here that I can't see now. 4. I don't know. Right, let's go down the bottom then. We've got a 1 in one of those cells and a 1. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look what happens. We have got an X-wing on 1s in these 2. And at first I thought that doesn't matter because we've placed the 1s in row 7. Or in fact, we can actually fill them in. Now I see this. Anyway, that is irrelevant. What is relevant is working out where the 1s are in this X-wing. It's called an X-wing because the 1s either appear in a diagonal line like that or in a diagonal line like that. If you draw those 2 diagonal lines in, you create an X. But if you were to put them in this conformation, you'd have 2 1s on the same nabner line, which is definitely not allowed. So they're in the other formation. And this now can't be 2 or 4. This can't be 2. Now 3, yes, 3 in this row, again, can't be on the same line as itself, so it goes here. And that is going to give us 3 in the central box. Doesn't it give us anything else? Felt like it ought to, but it doesn't. 3, 9, 1, 6, 8. These are from 2, no, hang on. These are from 2, 4, 5, and 7. 2 cannot go on either of these lines because one's got a 1 on it and one's got a 3 on it. So 2 goes here. 4 can't go on the line with the 3 on it. Oh, it's gorgeous. And that's a 5, 7 pair now. Right, this 2 and 4, they're going to clear up some things, I think. Yeah, 4 in column 4 now has to be here. That can't be next to 5 on the yellow. The gold, I mean, sorry. That's Australian gold, my friend. 6, 5 there. 9, 7. Those can't have a 6. Those can't have a 6. They are now a 7, 9 pair. These are a 4, 8 pair. Tidying up the pencil marks as I go. These don't have a 7 on, so they therefore don't have a 6 on. They're an 8, 9 pair. This is a 6 on the nabner. That's going to make this, it's going to sort out all of these top 3 rows, I think. 4 and 8, 9 and 8, 9 and 7, 5 here. Can't believe I can't do that 7, 9 pair, but I can do this 1, 8 pair. This is now a 6, 8 pair, 2, 1, 3. We've got 4, 5, 4 is placed in this box. This is 5, 7 or 9, but it's not 7 and it's not allowed to be 5, so it's 9. I thought I'd put those in. I can't get those to be as, what are these, 6 and 8? I just can't get them into the cells. Right, there we go. 7, 5, 7, 9. This 6, 8 are done. This 5, 7 are done. Let's get rid of all the parity colouring, which is really doing nothing at this point. 8, 9 over here. 6, 8 over there. 6, 2 over there. And that is the solution. Excellent. That's a really good puzzle, Black Doom. Very well set up. Very entertaining. Loads of stuff in it. If you're shouting at me not putting the 2 in there, I don't think it mattered that much. I might be wrong, but there you go. But it's really clever. That's lovely. Good fun, and I'm glad to have got to the right solution. Thank you, as always, for watching us on the channel. It's a great privilege that you spend your time with us, and we really mean that. And I hope to see you again soon. Well, in November. Check out 4 p.m. our time tomorrow. We'll drop Demono's new Patreon reward, Sudoku Hunt. See you then. Bye for now.